Okay, here we go. Okay, so guys, just from my side, I started a course about 2 weeks ago. It's called the Beach Boss Influencers. Okay, um, and it's a fantastic course. It is pretty um, expensive, but I will send you a link if anybody wants to join in there. You're more than welcome. And it really goes into they specialize just on network marketing. Um, so it's still early days, but I've learned a lot from it already, and I've seen quite a huge result. And just what I've learned, I know Vincent's going to take over from here, but just what I've learned is, first of all, Facebook, when it first came out, I jumped in. I was in for about a year, then I just cancelled and I wasn't in. But you do need to be on Facebook because that's the quickest and the easiest way to do it. And you've got to, what they call an avatar. So to build up an avatar, that's who is your actual target. So let's just say, for instance, if it's with LifeWave, you can look for customers and they will buy the products and share it with a few of their friends. But what I'm focusing and concentrating on right now is other network marketers in other businesses. So you can go onto LinkedIn or onto Facebook and just get a whole list of network marketing companies like, say, Avon or Justine or whatever it is, or Herbalife, and just start being friends with them. Don't try and recruit them. And a big no-no, do not put your product's name up there because they will just go and Google it and find out stuff, and they will go and maybe they contact somebody in there. So just don't put your product on there. Build up a relationship first and then start talking to them. The next thing that I learned as well, instead of just sending text messages out or emails or WhatsApps or whatever, the biggest thing is video, okay? So I haven't got to that just yet, but I will get to it later this week. But I send out voice notes, and I've been doing a test with that the last few days. And I cannot tell you the huge improvement from the voice notes, way better than just sending out a text message. So text messaging is fine, voice notes are fantastic, and videos, actual just little 30-second video to get your message across there, whether it's on LinkedIn or whatever social media platform, Facebook or whatever, that really does help. The other thing that I wanted to say to you just before Vincent jumps in is that on the business card, has everybody had a look at the electronic business card? And I got Zane to do a few updates yesterday. And I just want to show you what's on there that he's done, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Just let me do this. And I'm going to share here now. Okay, so sharing screen. Here we go. Okay, on the business, here we go. I'm just going to get this thing up and running. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, thank you. Right, so here's your business card. On here is your video. Okay.
We all hope to age gracefully.
And then it's got about LifeWave, start X39. Vincent brought this to my attention. It was another website saying he's busy changing that now, but don't worry about that. Then there's a few testimonials on there, and then there's the join now process. But the one that he's changed, and which I'm very excited about, and basically, so this, you send your business card to people that you want to get involved, just WhatsApp it to them, email it to them, SMS it, whatever you want to do. But on the business builder, we'll have the, when they click on here, let me take this part to you, where it'll actually give you the compensation plan, the little video with, I can't remember the guy's name right now, but he does a brilliant little one on the compensation plan. And then the calculator we've modified as well. So this is just in here at the moment. If you introduce 4 personals, they introduce 2, and they introduce 2, and let's just say the average commission is $1,000 monthly. Some will be way more, some will be way less, some will be zero, some will be whatever. But if you can change these figures to whatever you want, you can change the twos to a 1 or 3 or 5, and this you can change all of this. But if we just leave it on the default, which is pretty good, this is just on the second lane of revenue stream. This is on your matching bonus. So if you click on there, the exchange rate at the moment is 18 point something to 1, but let's just say 18 to 1. And you calculate, and you can see by just you introducing 4 people, those 4 introduce 2 people, and those 2 introduce another 2. So it's 4, that's 8, that's 16 people, averaging $1,000 per month earnings will bring you either $5,800 a month or just over 100,000 rands a month. So, I mean, it's just absolutely no-brainer. And if you can play around and change it to a 4, or you can change whatever you want to do and just click calculate and work it out from there. Okay. Vincent, I'm going to hand over to you. Oh, sorry, and then build 331. This is, then they click on that, and that gives you the exact steps on what to do as a business builder. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right. Vincent, over to you. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. You want to make me a presenter? I may or may not share my screen. Sorry, I'm recording this on my phone as well. So awesome, everybody. Welcome. So I'm going to kind of go through this really quick. For those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in the home-based business industry for probably 30 some odd years. And so basically, whether you've been involved with this industry before or not is kind of irrelevant. But what I wanted you to do is just kind of think about what we're sharing here and how it pertains to you and who you are, your type of personality. And while you're building this business, there's a lot of aspects about the business as you want to create whatever income you want. The thing you need to realize is I don't care where you're coming from, and I'm not going to go into completely my story, but where I started from was somebody that was scared of his own shadow. I hated going out and talking to people. I did not like being around people. And so through the process of me just learning, forcing myself to do the things that I was uncomfortable with. Why? Because I wanted the results. I wanted the outcome. I built houses for a living. I knew I couldn't do that forever because my back was going to give out. Plus the fact that is if I stopped doing what I did, if I stopped building houses, I didn't make any money. And that bothered the heck out of me because I had 4 boys and a wife that I had to support. And so the ability to create a passive residual income was very appealing to me. So what is appealing to you? You have to figure it out what it is for you. And I want you to understand also, a lot of times people think about their dreams and their goals. I've got a dream board over here on the wall. I have goals over here on the wall. I've got pictures of my grandchildren. And yes, that's important to me. That's why I build it. What's important to me, my dreams, goals. But honestly, we as human beings will do more to avoid pain than gain pleasure. I want you to understand that we'll do more to avoid pain than gain pleasure. And the biggest challenge with building a large income in this industry is prospecting. You're going to have to become uncomfortable. And if you will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure, that means you're going to avoid prospecting because of the pain it gives you. So you have to also flip that around and attach a pain to if you don't prospect. And that's what I did. I was very good at, and still am today. I guess I've got the dreams and goals, but let me tell you, I'm not going to do this for a nice car or a vacation. I'm going to do this for the fear that I'm going to end up broke or still building houses or have an injury that I can't do my job anymore, and therefore I'm not able to support me and my family, and I'm going to end up 70, 80 years old as a greeter at the grocery, Walmart or whatever. And that's not acceptable for me. So that pain, that fear was so strong with me, it forced me to do the things that I was uncomfortable with, because as human beings, we're going to avoid pain to get because we don't like the pain. And so understanding that is very important to you. If you're not willing to do the things I'm telling you, you're going to have to fight through it and get through it. Hey, when I first started, before we had the internet, I'd walk around with a golf tees, a little tees you put golf balls on, in my left pocket. And my goal was to say hello to one person a day. Just hello. That was a stretch for me. That was a challenge for me. That gave me hot flash. I would sweat. I'd get so anxiety going out there trying to say hello to a stranger. For some of you, you're outgoing people. That's normal to you. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And so I had to train myself to do something that was uncomfortable. Why? Because I wanted the result. And I wanted the result that was going to stop me from having the result of, if I didn't build it, what's going to happen to my life in 10, 20, 30 years from now. And so I was able to do it. And then I would have a golf tee in my left pocket. I say hello to 3 people a day, and that was my success. And then I said, hello, how are you? And I got better at it. And so prospecting is the key to this business. If you understand it's a numbers game, it will be much easier. That may or may not be a correct thing, because I don't know that it ever gets easy. Everything I'm going to share with you, somebody on here, it's easy, it's simple to them. There's other things, like Bill Campbell is not into social media. It was like getting him to, you would think we're talking about pulling your fingernails out to get him to open up a Facebook account, because that was not comfortable for him. But there are things that are, and so we're going to talk about that. It's all about the numbers. The more people you share this with, the more money you're going to make. Period. That's it. The more people you share it with, the more people are going to find value in the product. Excuse me. And then the more people find value in the product, the more people that will get a results, and the more people that get a results, the more people are going to share it. So it goes back to the 80-20 rule. 80% of the people do something. You get 20% are going to do something at all. 20% of that 20% are going to do something substantial. 20% of that 20% is going to do something extraordinary. That's the numbers. And I know, as a person that's scared of my own shadow, I'm not outgoing. I built houses for a living, and I knew for a fact that I didn't have to be good. I knew for a fact that I could find people that were better than me. See, it's not all about you, and it's all about me. I knew that I could find people that were good at talking to people, that liked people, that were outgoing, that had a sphere of influence. I got 2 friends I've had my whole life. That's it. I'm not a real, I don't have people over my house. I'm kind of a loner, so to speak. But I still built huge teams in network marketing. Why? Because I pushed myself, because I wanted the results. That's what's very important to you. So when prospecting, you got to understand, you all have skills. I mentioned that I'm scared of my own shadow. I had a friend of mine that we would go out to dinner, and he's still a friend of mine today. We'd go out to dinner, and we turn around like, where the heck is Mel? And we look, and Mel's sitting at a table eating French fries off somebody's plate. And it's like, who does that? I mean, you come back to the table 15 minutes later. Who was that? Was that a friend of yours? No, I just walked in. The lady had nice shoes. I sat down, started talking to him. And this is a guy that's so comfortable around people that he would sit down at somebody and eat French fries off their plate. Who does that? Mel does. And some of you might be like Mel. You might be good with people. You might love people. You might be outgoing with people. Then use that skill. Why would you hide all that behind a computer? You have ability with people. You're charismatic. People like you. You like people. I listen to some of the things that some people say, and that would bother me if I said that, because I've got a low self-image. Hey, look, I get better. I read books every day. I know I have to get better. I grow to become something that I'm not today, because what got me here today is not going to get me where I'm going. So if you have that ability, that skill set, some of you are good at chatting. I type with one finger. I was listening to Bill the other day. I thought he was going to kill his computer. My wife tells me that all the time, because I peck and I hit and I peck at it so hard. And I swear somebody moved the keys on my computer every night. I still can't figure out where the K is or the V, or, it takes me forever. Plus, I don't spell well. So me on a computer is not a good thing. And I don't look good. So on the YouTube or on videos is not a good thing. But you know what? I do things that are uncomfortable because I want the results. So you're going to have some choices to make. And I want to encourage you, if none of these fit you, you're going to have to get out of your own way. You're going to have to do something that's discomfort to you, because some way, shape, or form, you've got to introduce these people, and you have a dream. It hurts me. It's not in my head, my dream. It's in my heart. It's in my gut. And I have to have it. When it goes from your head to your heart, and if you don't have that yet, Get on some of the Zoom, get on the Zoom, get on more than just what we do here. You need to learn this product. You need to learn this industry. You need to learn that no matter where you came from, you can talk to enough people to find some people that will join you. Everybody can. It's just numbers. It does not matter. Take out, who cares if they tell you no? They're not paying your bills. They're not the one that's going to keep me from being 70 years old and broke. They're not going to, so I don't care. I believe in people. I love people, but to me, it's numbers. And that's the only thing the only skill set that I've grown. I read a lot of books. I read and listen to books all the time. So you can get better at it. You can get better at, me. I'm not so harsh on people. I'm more loving. I'm more understanding. I don't put people down. I'm positive. I didn't used to be that way. And so you're going to have some choices. So belly to belly is probably one of my favorite things, even though it scares the crap out of me. And it's it goes against every bit of my being. But belly, people talk about it now. I hear it all the time. The only reason why people talk so much about it is because they want to make prospecting more simple. They want to take the equation out of meeting people. And they want to sell their system, their product on how to recruit offline. Hey, look, I believe it's a great way, and I do everything. But I think if you're a person that's outgoing, and you like people, then you should use it. I mean, I was at a cigar bar just yesterday having a cigar, and I overheard a guy talking to another guy about aches and pains in his shoulder and whatnot. And I'm once again, this is very uncomfortable to me. I got hot flashes thinking about it. I talked myself out of it 10 times. Finally, I told myself, hey, look, I'm never going to see this guy again. Whether he tells me yes or no, the answer is still no if I don't ask. And so I got up, I went over to him, and I started talking about stem cells. You know what? They both perked up. They were both interested in knowing more. And I had a conversation with them. If I did not do that, I call it 3 seconds of boldness. I had nothing to lose, everything to gain. And so I forced myself to do things that are uncomfortable. Some of you wouldn't even thought about it. You just jumped up and went and did it. Why? Because that's your personality. So belly to belly is a very important aspect. And I would say you do a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything here. Online, very important. I want to go over a couple of things with you guys about online and YouTube. I'm going to spend more time on this, Bill. I'm going to try to hurry it up. I know we said we'd keep it short, but it's hard to do, man. I'm excited about this because I want to give you guys ability. So a couple of things to realize is online. You do not want to, and if you've done this, I went back and I fixed it. I changed things. I didn't do as much of it as I've seen, and I'm going to share with you an example. If you are, I'm just going to pick Facebook because that's where most of the people are. Money flows where eyes goes. Money flows where eyes go. Where the eyes are, that's where the money is. And so Facebook is very popular. And so if you're on Facebook and you're posting about X39 and LifeWave, I want to employ you to please don't. And I want to explain myself something. And I did this a long time ago. We've learned this, and like Bill mentioned about the beach bosses. It just reiterated what I thought. And if you go back and look at my Facebook in the past posts, I did not go in there and talk about X39. I did not go in there and talk about LifeWave. I talk about stem cell activation. I talk about the benefits of the LifeWave product. I don't mention the name because I don't want people Googling it, and then they're going to find some other person that they might respect more than me or understand more than me, or that convinces them to join them because they're better at it than me, and therefore they're just going to Google stem cell. I've got a really good friend of mine that just texted me yesterday and said, "What's the deal with all this stem cell activation stuff?" And we're doing a Zoom today at noon, U.S. time. See, that's what I want you. I want you to pique curiosity. Pique curiosity in your post. If you're posting about X39 and LifeWave, if the only people on your Facebook page are people that you've known for a long time, you know they would never join anybody else, that's different. But you're not going to get where you can't be a prophet in your own land. You can't keep preaching to the choir. You need to expand your reach. And that's what Bill was saying. Maybe if you're a runner, then you find groups on Facebook where runners are. And you go in there, you start liking people, you start friending people, you start adding value to the group. If you're into hang gliding, you go to hang gliding groups. You're into health and wellness, go to health and wellness groups. Start connecting with people that are like-minded like you. Now, if you're like me, you don't have a lot of that, then that's an issue. Then you need to look for other things. I look for network marketers. Other network marketing groups, I go in there, I try to add value. I don't do a lot of that because I hunt, peck, and I spell bad. And so I do what I do, but still, if you've got 300 friends on Facebook, then of course they're not going to go somewhere else. But if you start liking and connecting with other people that are like-minded, I know we talked many times about people who are runners here. You can go to running groups. They're health conscious. They're worried about their health. They've got knee pains. They got foot pains, just like you. And so you start adding value, you start commenting, you find people as they participate, they're outgoing. If they participate in the group, they're outgoing. And those are the people you want to contact. Why? Because they're outgoing in their whole life. They're outgoing with other people. They probably have a lot of friends. They have a lot of influence. So you start friending these people. If they go to your Facebook page and all they see is X39 LifeWave down the whole thing, then they're going to not accept your friend request. But if they see you giving value, so there's a couple things when you are posting on Facebook, you want to build curiosity, but you don't want to just talk about your product. You want to talk about your family. Get people to know, like, and trust you. If you went running today, then go talk about running. If you went hang gliding, if you're baking, if you like cooking, talk about it. I on my Facebook, I made a great shrimp and scallop and tuna, like a dinner with asparagus, and I talked about that, and I got a lot of comments on it. People said, "What's for dinner at your place?" And I had a lot of comments on it. And so, talk about you and your family. Talk about something inspirational. You can talk about give value. If you're cooking, give value. What can you teach somebody about cooking or about running, about how to stretch, about whatever? Now, I'm not a runner, so I'm not going down there. Talk about also your product benefits. Like I said, I don't mention LifeWave. I call it stem cell activation, and I give testimonies. And this is very important, you guys. All I do is give testimonies. So we've got many places you can go get testimonies. If you see a testimony on my Facebook page, don't share mine. Copy and paste it into your wall, make it your own. If you see a video, don't share my video. Download it, put it on your YouTube channel. You want to brand you. You want to keep people on you. You don't want people going to my page learning about me. You want people going to yours and staying in yours. So I do not share anything. Plagiarism, call it what you want, copy, steal, whatever it is. That's what I do. I'm very good at that. If I see something, I browse some of these pages. I've taken stuff from you, Yanni. I've taken stuff from you, Lydia. I take stuff and I say, oh, that's great. And I will change it. And a lot of times they talk about X39. A lot of times they talk about LifeWave. I edit it. I take that out because I want curiosity. I want them coming to me saying, what the heck are you talking about, Vincent? That's what I want. I don't want them Googling it. So add stuff. Talk about what's important to you. Talk about your family, your recreation. What do you do for a living? So you maybe one day a week you're talking about recreation, something you do. You might be talking about your family. You might be giving value, adding value to your community. Your community is your community. Product benefits, and then you can also talk about the business model. Talk about what it's done for you or the people that you know. Hey, would you like to make an extra? You don't have to spill the beans. You want them to what? You want them to contact you. You want to control the point of introduction. This is very important to your success. You cannot control whether people join you or not, but you can control the point of introduction. So you control that by them asking you about it, and now you control it. You get them on a Zoom. You can watch the video together. You can share with them your testimony of this product and this business opportunity. And so you control the point of introduction and how you share this product with people. When you go out there and friend people, don't message them and say, I get it all the time. Got one yesterday. Somebody just reached out to me. They connected with me on Facebook, sent me a friend request. I looked at their wall. It was nothing but their business on there. But I accepted as friends because they were a friend of a really good friend of mine. And the first thing this lady did was send me an instant message telling me about her product and introducing it, asking me if I was interested. I mean, didn't even say hello. It's like, I'm not going to say that. At least make a friend with me. Even, you don't want to just bash these people. So I'm going to share my screen really quick just to give you an example of it. And once again, I do not know who this person is. So if somebody else does, please forgive me. I'm just using it as an analogy. I was just on LinkedIn before I got here. Let me get rid of this. And so I was just on LinkedIn, and this somebody sent me a friend request on LinkedIn. And so I think it's called something else on LinkedIn, but whoops, I don't want to do that. Dang it, I probably lost the guy. Nope, there he is. Okay, look at this, you guys. He's a LifeWave distributor, and once again, I don't know this guy, so please forgive me if you do. LifeWave presentation. Here he's talking about LifeWave presentation. Here he's talking about LifeWave X39. It's in the banner right here. It's all over the place. I like this picture right here because it doesn't say anything about X. It talks about stem cell. So I will take this. I actually copied this video. You can click on it, save image. It's an image, not a video. And then I will edit this out. I'll do it in my photo. I've got it on my computer, and I'll cut this out right here, and put nothing in there. This is the story. Not join my team, not buy my product, not Google my product. This is the story right here. And so everything he's talking about, and I want you to also notice something. How many comments? LifeWave, X39. Why would I comment? Why would I ask you about it? What am I going to do? I'm going to open up and I'm going to Google it. There's no comments at all on this person's stuff. Not one like, not one comment. Why? Because he's given the whole thing. He's giving it away. You have no reason to get back to him. And so I want to encourage you not to if you've got it on your face, go in, you can clean it up. You can go back in your page and clean up and create curiosity. Because why? Maybe the 300 people that you do have connected with on social media, maybe they know you and they've seen it, but you're not going to go to the moon on 300 people. So you need to continue to add to it. If once again, if social media is not your thing, then do belly to belly if that's your thing. I love cold calling. I cold call people all the time. Especially in the United States, real estate agents are the easiest group of people to get their cell phone number. And I'll cold call them and say, hey, Martha, I see you're in real estate. Hey, really quick, just wanted to ask you something. You keep your options open for business opportunities outside of real estate. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no. Well, that's ridiculous, Vincent. You're not going to get people. Hey, it doesn't bother me if they say no. I know if I say that to enough people, some of them are going to say, yeah, what do you got? Because why? Because real estate agents are networkers. That's what they do for a living. So in the United States, I've built a lot of my businesses on real estate agents. And so cold calling may be a thing for you. If you're good at that, then do it. I like to do a little bit of everything. I do more of the things I'm good at and less of the things I'm not. So social media, YouTube videos. YouTube is the #1 and #2 search engines in the world are Google and YouTube, and they're owned by the same company. So use that. If you're good at and once again, it's very important to understand, you don't have to have that look to be good at in video. I want you to understand something very important. Everybody has a tribe. I don't care who you are, what you look like. You got this, you're overweight, you're short, you're 5 foot tall and 5 foot around. I don't care if you got this look or that look or this disability or that disability. I'm not good looking. I don't have the looks of some of the people that I see on YouTube, but it doesn't matter because me, even as horrible as I am, there are people that will be attracted to me because of whatever reason. I was watching YouTube videos the other day and it was driving me nuts because of the way he reacted. I'm not going to listen to that guy. I've got another guy that I've known for a long time. I don't like him and I don't even know why. I have no idea why. And I've known him for 25 years and I see him all the time and I just don't like him. And I'm trying to like him. I'm being compassionate. I'm getting rid of out of myself. But the reality is we all attract to certain people. And so you have that as well. And if you get out of your own way, because that's the best way. Once again, you're not going to talk about LifeWave. You're not about X39. What are you going to talk about? You're going to give value, teach people. Right now, I'm recording this. Why? Because I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. I've got my phone here. Bill's recording it. I've got me there, and I'm recording it. Why? Because I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube. I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'm going to put it on Instagram. I'm going to put it on LinkedIn. I'm going to use this as a tool to give value to people, to not talk about their product and how to use their product, whatever that product is, and give value. And what's going to happen? Some people are going to like what I say. Some people are not. Some people are, and they're going to subscribe, and they're going to tune in next time and the next time. They're going to watch my content. Why? Because I'm like them some way, shape, or form. Your voice, the demeanor. I talk real fast. Some people I talk too fast, they don't like me. That's okay. They're not my tribe. You don't have to talk to everybody. You just talk to the people that listen, that hear you. That's important. You don't have to talk to everybody. You talk to the people that hear you. If you're into cooking, then you talk about cooking. You're going to attract people to you. And every once in a while, once a week, twice a week, and talk about a benefit of your product, whether it's a testimony or whatever. And now people are going to say, what is this he's talking about? That's the key. You want them to asking you. How would you like to cold call 100 people a day, or would you rather have 100 people a day calling you, saying, what do you got? What are you doing? That's the key here. It's attraction marketing. Attract people to you. I think that's it for me, Bill. I think I give value on YouTube, online. If that's what you do, once again, if you don't like cold calling, if you don't like doing belly, you don't like doing social media, you don't like doing YouTube, you're going to have to figure one of them out. You're going to have to do something, because it's numbers. If you don't talk to anybody, I promise you, you're not going to grow a business. I'm going to leave with this really quick, Bill, because I think it's important. Give you now